Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly video update for Wednesday, July the 24th. And I've got the S&P, of course. You guys know I like to trade on the S&P or follow the S&P. I've got that on the screen today, and as you can see, it was pretty much just nothing but straight up today. We had a little dip this morning from Boeing. Boeing and Caterpillar both missed today. And if you were in the room session I did yesterday, we were talking about Boeing trying to set up an earnings trade there, and I was saying I so wanted to short Boeing because everyone knew this quarter was going to be, a terrible quarter, but they had kind of pre-announced that $5 billion, that small little $5 billion write-off, and so it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Maybe not should have been, but could have been. And Boeing ended up down 11 points today, which held the Dow down. The Dow was down overall about 79 points. As we know, Boeing is the number one weighted component in the Dow. And then we had Caterpillar, and Caterpillar was down as well today, about $6. And Caterpillar is the select number 12, I think, 12th, 13th weighting in the Dow. So again, that's kept the Dow down. However, if we look at the S&P where we started here, I mean, it's just been straight up. So notice this. If you didn't see it, new all-time high today. 3019, just up, straight up. And it doesn't look as dramatic there until you look at, like a 5-day chart. Look at that. I mean, that's pretty impressive, right? Just up. And we know that this is all in preparation for the Fed next week. On the 31st, next Wednesday, we've got the Fed. We're anticipating they're going to do a 25 basis point rate cut, may possibly 50. I don't think 50 is going to happen, but there's a decent chance, that happens. I didn't look recently, but I think this morning, I think it's 23, 24, 25%, something like that. So I guess it's a decent chance, but I don't think it's going to happen. But anyway, the market is rallying in anticipation of that. And the other thing that we have coming up tomorrow, the ECB meets tomorrow, and I believe this is Draghi's last meeting, as his tenure is going to be over in, I think, October. But anyway, same thing. It's like it's the ECB Fed meeting. Basically, they're going to have an announcement, or at least consider a rate cut there at the ECB. And while I don't think they're going to cut, they will outline the path probably for a rate cut, probably like at the September meeting or something like that. And they will probably instead they'll up the bond repurchase program, kind of kick in some more quantitative easing, and keep juicing it that way, I guess. That's what I'm anticipating. So what we will most likely see tomorrow, especially if they do indeed do a rate cut, what we will see is higher market tomorrow. And we've got Google, Amazon reporting tomorrow, and so just lots of things going on that are going to keep everything moving around. Again, I would anticipate things to go higher, and then probably, and ironically, we've already kind of reached some of the levels here. I had a 3012, I had 3015, I had 3016. We're at 3019. My next level is at 3024, right there, which ironically or coincidentally is a little mogul voodoo line there, 3024. So not going to surprise me if we hit that, tomorrow. We could, although if you notice this, from bottom to top, you know, we've gotten a couple of little pullbacks. We could get a pullback as we go higher. Sure, absolutely. The biggest thing that we're setting up for is next Wednesday. Again, the Fed meeting next Wednesday. And don't forget, we got Apple on Tuesday. So just tons and tons of stuff happening in the next 5 trading days. So, all that being said, I know everyone's been tired of hearing me. It's the same thing. We got to play this thing to the upside and try to be careful, be nimble, kind of hedge when we can. Now, as we get a little bit closer, we may want to actually put on, some type hedging into or right before the Fed meeting next week, and also depending where we are in price wise. I think it's possible that we reach even as far as 30.50 up here to that snow line, and we could possibly be there by Friday, possibly if we get a shot in the arm from Raghee tomorrow. And let's assume that Google and Amazon both do great and we get another run higher there on Friday. Possible, not likely, but possible. And, so I will be pleasantly surprised if we get up to here. I'll be more surprised if we get up to here. But the point is, the higher we go, the more I'm going to be interested in hedging on the downside. And think this might be a sell the news thing next Wednesday when the Fed actually does meet. If we do one of these kind of things between now and then where we, maybe that's the high and we kind of pull back and we end up coming back up here and we're around 3,000, somewhere around here next Wednesday, it'll be, we could continue, right? But again, a lot is riding on what's going to be coming up in the next couple of days, and so we trade I've only got two or three, maybe 4 positions, so very, very light, and trying to be nimble and kind of work around some of these earnings and so forth, but be a little more strategic in your trading, and think about you want to be light next Wednesday at 1 o'clock when the Fed announces, just in case they do something crazy. Either way, they do a 50 basis point cut or no cut. I mean, it's already assumed they're going to do 25 and it'll be all baked in. But anyway, just as long as you know what's coming down the road, you don't run into it, right? So be nimble, be light, especially tomorrow and Friday, and then we'll see what happens. And I'll be with you guys next Wednesday after the close, and we can evaluate everything that has happened after the Fed and what we've got and what we can look for then. So with that, let me wind it up. I appreciate it. Thanks for the time, and I'll talk to you soon.